All packed up and now get on the road. I found a few places that looked interesting, so we'll see what we can find out there. It's windy and into tomorrow it's supposed to rain for like 12 hours, so we'll find somewhere to bunk down. But for now we're going to explore I guess it's the north coast heading west of Kangaroo Island. I rode out into the early morning sun. I thought I'd hug the coastline, and soon I ended up on a dirt road. But it turned into a walking track. So I doubled back to find another way towards the west. And it wasn't long before I was back on the dirt. I turned on to one of the coolest tree-lined roads I'd come across. I'm not sure what it is about riding down them. Maybe it's a sense of movement as the trees are close and give you a reference point as you move through them down the tunnel. I came out of the trees to see the ocean. I was looking for some red cliffs that were apparently around here somewhere. Well, I definitely found the cliffs. So I worked out where the wind was coming from. It's pretty windy out there. I'm just hiding behind a bunch of bushes just to get out of it. This is the red banks, or red cliffs they are. It's hard to see it into the sunlight, so there is some further down on this. I guess it's a sheep pasture. And I'm loving there's dirt roads everywhere. The ground is very soft. I thought it'd hold, but obviously not. I rode back out the way I came, along the dirt tree-lined road. Definitely worth doing twice. I came to a sealed road, but then I noticed there was another dirt road on the other side. So, when you have an option of sealed or dirt, well, there's only one choice. The dirt roads were in really good condition. I was starting to think maybe most of the roads on the island were dirt. I'd come across the small town of Kingscott, one of the only places to get fuel on the island, so I decided to top up. I looked to my left and saw a lake, but it wasn't a blue lake. So I've come across a salt lake, and it's actually pink like the one I came across in Murray Sunset in Victoria. Tide's out a little here. Well, it's not as full, but it is definitely pink. Well, let's see what else we can find along this coast. It looked like there was some kind of lookout up this dirt road, so down I went. There wasn't a tree in sight, and with the wind howling, it was an effort to keep the bike upright. Well, there really wasn't anything out here, just the windy ocean. So back I went. I checked out a couple of these offshoots. I might find a good camping spot that I can come back to. It's the thing about exploring. A lot of the time you find nothing, which makes the times that you do find a hidden gem all the more sweeter. I came out of the trees at another stunning little bay. This was Emmie Bay. Well, this is obviously the local boat ramp, but imagine trying to launch a boat from here today. I thought I'd check out the jetty. Still windy. I was beginning to feel that maybe the other side of the island would be better to explore, as the wind wouldn't be coming directly off the ocean. The wind and chop were pushing mountains of seaweed onto the shore. From the jetty, it looked like there was beach access. I thought I'd check it out. And yes, there was. Well, seeing I'm here, I may as well. I took it very slowly at first to check the sand wasn't super soft. If you were here on a day without the wind and seaweed, it would be an idyllic little bay. I rode up the sand to Emmie Bay Creek. It looked similar further up the beach, so I turned around and headed back. Definitely the right kind of day for windsurfing. I could go out the way I came in on the sealed road, or, yep. The trees do give a bit of protection from that relentless wind. More options. Let's try this one. More of these gorgeous tree-lined roads. These trees are pretty cool. It's like if a mother went to a 10-year-old son, what haircut would you like? You can do anything you like. Probably totally end up like this. I made my way down the island towards the south side to hopefully find more protection from the wind. I got back onto the main road, and it looked like I'd have enough time to go check out the most iconic thing on the island. And no, it wasn't kangaroos. I'd made it to Flinders Chase National Park, the park that was burnt in the devastating 2007 fires on Kangaroo Island. Over 85% of the park was burnt in the fires, and the fires burnt 20% of the whole island. I spotted a familiar sight on the road, so I turned around. It almost looked like it had a hood, but I didn't know of any snakes in Australia with hoods, so I think it might have been run over. My skill level with snakes ends about here, a few meters away, so I'd have to leave it and hope it's okay. What I was looking for was on that headland. Made it to the national park, going to see what's so remarkable about the remarkable rock. The rocks are made of granite. The formation of these rocks began over 50 million years ago, during the time the island was part of the island Gondwana land. Wind erosion and sea spray chiseled the rocks into their current shapes. Okay, I'll give it to it. It is quite remarkable, the rocks here. Some of the formations are just mind-blowing how that all got created. And this is the iconic piece that hangs over, like I guess you'd call it a hawk's beak. And again, another one, it's like the inside's hollowed out. It's wild. Now it was time to find somewhere to camp. I made my way east along the south side of the island. I had spotted a little bay on the maps that looked like it would be protected from the westerly weather and wind. So I made it to the campsite. There was still sunlight left to set up the tent. Just wanted to check the area, and well, this is what it looks like. So not bad, and it seems to be protected by most of the wind. Like it's offshore of the surf. There's enough hills to hide behind, and there is some structures that I might be able to get under if it gets wild with this rain, or it just might not rain at all. I set up my tent and faced the low end towards the wind, hoping it might deal with the weather a bit better facing that way. I also stuck the bike in the way, hoping it would break up any wind. I went back down to the river mouth to chill out and watch the last of the light fade away. Pretty fitting end today. I think Kangaroo Island's winning me over. Not that I had anything against it, it's just stepping it up. During the night, rain started to fall, and it went all night. When I woke up, the rain was still falling. It was forecast to rain for 12 hours, then clear up. So, I was just going to wait it out. It's 11 AM and we have blue skies now. So worth the wait. You're going to pack up and keep exploring. Packed up just in time. Looks like it's going to rain again. Oh well. Well, I hadn't quite packed up and got a little wet, but there's a shelter just nearby, so scrambled everything on the bike and got it under here. Doesn't look like it's going to be too long of a rain shower. Then I'll get back on the road. I thought I'd check out the headland that was only a few kilometres down the road. As you would expect, a beautiful little bay. I made it back to the main road, and only a few hundred metres down the road was a little general store and cafe. I thought I'd take the opportunity to grab something to eat, as there was not a lot of places on the island where you could. They had an indoor section with a fireplace. I took the opportunity to warm up and grab a bacon and egg breakfast burger. There's actually no reception at the general store, so got to the next hill and opened up the maps to see where to go next, and I saw these massive sand dunes, so I thought I'd check them out. Gonna warm up walking up this thing. Fire burner. Wonder if they'd let me take my bike up. I'd just get it stuck. I'd be digging out of sand for days. Well, I got my exercise for the day. Cheated a little because the sand's actually quite firm because of the rain. Cool little sand dunes. Now to go down. Can I stay upright? As I was riding and got back into self-service, I got a text message from the ferry company that tomorrow afternoon ferries would likely be cancelled due to the weather coming in, and it was suggesting to rebook earlier in the day as it could be a few days before ferries were running again. So I thought I'd head back to the east side of the island and go to the ferry terminal to work out the best option. But for now, I was going to enjoy the dirt roads along the way. Finally, I spotted kangaroos on Kangaroo Island. I thought I might not even see any. I checked to see if there was any petrol stations near the ferry terminal. There was, but it said it was closed. But there was another one on the way down this dirt road. So I took it as I was getting low on fuel. I got to where the map said there was fuel, but there was nothing. I turned around and went back. This was going to limit where I could go tonight. I'd have to stay somewhere near the ferry terminal, as I might not make it back to get on the ferry. I pulled into the fuel station just in case, but it was closed. Luckily, it had a prepaid terminal, so all was good. As I was just down the road from the ferry terminal, I thought I'd go there and work out what to do next. I could see the ferry was just leaving, so they were still running for now. So after dealing with the fuel issue, I decided to come to the ferry terminal because it's just down the road, and they basically said the earlier you can get on, the better, because it probably will be shut down and they don't know when it will start again. So 4:30 today, back to the mainland. Kangaroo Island is definitely worth coming and checking out. Lots of dirt roads, lots of things to see. Having more time would be awesome. Having a little bit of weather would be awesome. Can't help that. But no, it's been a pretty epic time over here. And the remarkable rock is quite remarkable. Camping's good. Yeah, it's just fun. So now it was just a matter of waiting for the ferry to return.